kids? Your old pal Krusty's gonna teach you 5 new words.
You're not wrong about that.
From Dallas, Texas, number 55, Brian Broaddus.
Thank you very much to my teammates. Thank you to Reliant. Thank you yesterday to Shell Shack. I had crab legs that were $50 a pound.
Oh,
nice.
How many pounds
That's
you get?
Way to order.
Like 4 pounds?
I just said 1 pound of them, but they were really good. Shell Shack's got some really good food.
Yeah, they do.
They really
That
do.
shrimp is... I mean, man, the fried ones that you got there at the end there.
Dawson got a couple orders of
Yeah,
fried
that was
shrimp.
my second order of the day. Yeah.
It
Big
just
old
kind of
shrimp.
snuck in there, didn't it, Dawson? It was like late in the day. It's like, I need a little pick-me-up here.
Ever since
fried
I had
shrimp platter.
I was craving it, even after the first full platter.
Yeah, good for you. That's got really good food. So thanks to them for letting us hang out with them yesterday. What else, too? Oh, I wanted to say something. I got some names for you guys, too. I asked the Gang of 7 for some linebacker names that are on the trade market.
Love this.
So we might not be talking about them, but here's some names. I'm going to give you some of those. And then I also want to thank the folks that follow me on X. I asked them a question about negativity. If you like it when...
I saw that.
And I had a ton of responses. And folks were, I think, pretty honest. Let me ask you this, Dawson, because you're kind of a media guy. Do you think the people that don't like the negativity have already stopped following me or muted me? Am I getting answers from people? Because most of the answers were people were okay with the negativity. They don't want the race bait or any of that kind of stuff or anything like that. But they are talking about your team and stuff. But they feel like though that you. They feel like that you, if you're honest about it, like if you do, the fair part of it. But most people also too are like, hey, listen, if it's bad, it's bad. Say it's bad. Don't sugarcoat it for me or anything like that.
Yeah, I would say 90% of the people want, you just to evaluate what's happened and objectively say, is this good or bad, and why is it good or bad?
Yeah.
I think there's 5% that only want positive and 5% toxic people that just feed off the negativity, and they are often the loudest.
Yeah.
So I think we get a lot of feedback maybe when we're being negative after a loss, and some of those people are going to say, this is too much for me, I got to go. You know? There's no doubt ratings are the highest when we're going on a championship run or a deep playoff run.
Right.
Like, winning breeds more, but I think the thing that would lose people more than the negativity is being positive when they're terrible.
Right.
Would, because I think a lot of people want the explanation and the way out. How do we fix this?
Yeah.
What's broken?
I like what you're saying there. I just was curious because I'm always worried that, like, hey, listen, I'm trying to tell you what I see, but I'm also, if it's good, I also try and tell you that as well. And, try and be fair about it. But the negativity part, I just wondered if people got turned off of how negative I could be sometimes about the team. And I just was curious about that. So,
well, I think I'm more negative than you.
Negativity after a win. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Like sometimes, like it's a win, but then like the way sometimes I guess maybe we talk about it or others, it kind of feels like a loss.
Yeah,
that also could maybe upset people. I
appreciate everybody's response. Thank you very much for taking the time to do that. It means a lot.
You had so many replies to that. I had a blast reading them today.
I appreciate that. I just want, like I said, hey, I'm just trying to do better content, and if it bothers you that I do something, I just want to know why. Like I had questions I asked people about X's and O's and stuff and us doing the videos and things like that. And the guy was like, well, the plays are too long. You're talking about the plays too long. And I went, well, sometimes you have to get into detail why the play worked or didn't work. There's more to it. So you have to, it's not just, the ball went to Pickens and he made a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
Oh, look what happened here. Tolbert ran a route. Look at the blitz pickup by Williams. They tried to play off this safety here. So it gets a little wordy, it gets a little long when you're breaking down the play, but you're trying to explain in detail what you think happened on the play.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and the guy's like, oh, hey, I understand. But he was like, I need 7 plays, but shorter. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you 4 plays, but I'll explain them in great detail. Anyway, thanks to everybody who hangs out with us on that.
Well, no, I appreciate the breakdown. What's happening away from the ball? It was Pat Kerwin who wrote this book, "Take Your Eye Off the Ball."
Yeah,
and I read that 10 years ago, and ever since then, you look at football so much differently.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely. Pat's really good at what he does too. He was in the with the Jets when I was in Green Bay and stuff. So I really like Pat a lot. All right, some names just in case, and then we'll get into the Broncos here. Logan Wilson. These are linebackers. Logan Wilson,
Cincinnati.
Quincy Williams,
Jets.
Christian Harris.
Yeah, Texans.
Texans, yeah. And, okay, we brought up EJ Speed.
Okay.
Christian Harris is an interesting one.
This
run stuffer guy.
Yeah, these are names that my guys of Ganger 7 are saying are being shopped right now. And then Marte Mapu.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a safety, right?
Was a safety, converted to linebacker, which, I mean, when you watch him at Sacramento State, he's with New England now. He played like a linebacker. He was a big thumper at kind of, like, he's not Darren Woodson, right? But Darren Woodson made that, from linebacker to safety. But he is the opposite of that. 6'3", 230, big hitter guy, was a box safety, now playing a linebacker. Might have some more range than he could be maybe your better coverage linebacker.
Sure. You like the speed of this guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's for a thumper guy. He
moved well.
He covered some ground.
Yeah.
I remember that. Once again, Logan Wilson, Quincy Williams, Christian Harris, Marte Mapu were the names I've heard around the league. All right, here we go. Denver Broncos. What you need to know about the Denver Broncos. This team is kind of unusual in a way that they don't motion very much, and you would not think that of a Sean Payton-led team. Only the Titans and the Giants motion less than the Broncos currently. And I think if you look at the two teams they motion that the Broncos are behind the Broncos, or ahead of the Broncos, Tennessee rookie quarterback, Giants rookie quarterback. And then you got a second-year quarterback here with Denver. So this might help the Cowboys when it comes to communication, that all of a sudden there's not a lot of moving, not a lot of shifting, switching it becomes from this coverage to this coverage because of maybe a guy coming in motion and stuff. So that's something that they've had a little bit motion the last couple of weeks, but overall they're near the bottom.
That's strange to me because with a rookie quarterback, wouldn't you want more information?
I think they're worried about him short-circuiting with all the guys moving around.
Yeah, and I think it's because of the Bo Nix.
Yeah, I think to me it's just try and keep everybody in place. Like, okay, let me read this one time and not have to read it again. And so that would be. I maybe ask Sean afterwards why he does that. I don't think he'd tell me now.
It's game week. He doesn't want to talk to you.
He didn't want to do this. This team, I think with the offensive line the way it is, I think it's a pretty decent offensive line. I think to me though that Mike McGlinchey, the right tackle, is going to be the guy you want to go after in this one. He's had struggles. This offensive line did have some struggle against the Giants, but we've seen firsthand what the Giants can do to you with their pass rush.
Yeah. Talented front seven.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of thinking about off the right side is where I would attack this group because I think that's where the most pressures can come from. With like McGlinchey was with the 49ers, Micah Parsons used to give him fits. And I still think there's some of the same issues that he had with the 49ers. He's kind of a tall guy. He doesn't play with a lot of power. He does move very, very well. You'll see this team get the ball. Sean's going to look at Carolina's game plan, and what they'll do is they'll double the three. They'll do that power gap scheme stuff where they'll double the defensive tackles, and then have the tight end and the tackles block. This team plays with a traditional fullback. You don't see that very much in the league, so you're going to get some 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end. But where they have problems running the football is they're near the bottom of the league when you stack the box against them. So when you play with more than 7 defenders, this gives this team a lot of problems. They're near the bottom. They're 28th in the division, 28th in the National Football League when it comes to playing against stacked box. So how does Dallas figure out? Dallas played some 9-man box the other day against the Commanders by getting the corner involved and then also having the safety come down. You might want to consider doing that against this guy. This quarterback, Bo Nix, they'll have to go back to some of their zone concepts because he's going to struggle with the zone concepts. The man coverage stuff, not a whole lot better, but better to the point where it would say, man, if you play zone against him, make him read. He's going to want to run too, by the way, guys. He's going to want to drop back. And if he doesn't see it initially, he's going to take off running. So you got to deal with another one of those guys. J.K. Dobbins, the back, I think is a physical back. He'll finish. He's got some toughness, very similar to the type of back that you have. I would worry about Cortland Sutton because of his length and the way that he's able to go get that football. Marvin Mims is a kind of throw it to him in space and let him run guy. You're going to get the jet sweeps, things like that. They want to get Pat Bryant. He's from Illinois, the wide receiver. He was picked in the 3rd round. They want to get him more involved in the offense. So right now, like I say, against these guys, play some zone coverage. Look at some stack box situations to maybe help you with the run. And then be very mindful. You're probably not going to get a whole lot of motion, so that will help your communication and keep you in place for this week.
How many points do you think the Broncos are going to score on the Cowboys after reviewing their tape?
I'll tell you what, I think what it's going to come down to is that quarterback in the running aspect of things. I don't know if he could beat you throwing the ball. I think he could beat you running with the ball. And I mean running with, like, if it's a close game and all of a sudden it's they're getting the field goal range to win the game. He'll run for 20-something yards and break your heart that way. I think that with him, and I need to look at their defense, but I think if you can score 27 points, you might be pretty good in this one.